We keep hearing the word sustainability, and with an expectation of changing the whole world, we start to visualize factory chimneys releasing copious amount of smoke, garbage dumps, polluted water, and everything that we cannot change. But we often miss that the change begins from us, from the inside, which has a huge impact on the outside. Today's conversation is all about an individual whose journey of change is changing the journey of lakes in Hyderabad, one lake at a time.
Akshay, welcome to the podcast of Sustainably Positive by Prosperity Homes. I think this is India's first sustainability podcast by a real estate company. Possibly there are other podcasts, I don't know, but from a real estate company, and we are very happy to start this initiative. And very happy to have you here with us. And just for the benefit of the viewers, I'd like you to give a brief background about yourself and about Switch Eko. Thank you so much, BJP Garu, for letting me onto your platform. It's great to be associated with the Prosperity Homes, the Hyderabad's first sustainable homes, and the first always counts. The ones who are the leaders, who are the torchbearers of sustainability. That is something which is really good. And thank you so much for letting me part of your podcast and be there. Yes, about me, I am Akshay Desh Pande as a part of founder of company organization called Switch Eko, where we're working on uh, alternatives to plastics is what I tell. But I think over the period of time, we've tried to change ourselves to provide solutions that are more in sustainable options that are available for people. And working on those options, we 90% of our products that we work with are manufactured by a tribe, or a self-help group, or a transgender community. So the way we work is we provide them with the raw materials, machineries, and the training that is needed for that to start building on their products. That is what we are trying to do. But lately, I think more than the products, we are focusing more on creating awareness about sustainability. Uh, so we have covered close to around 250,000 plus people in last 12 months alone, working with the Safai Sathis. We touch base a life of around 3,100 plus people in the Safai Sathis, for people who don't know, are the rat pickers. We working with them, trying to see how we can transform their lives. We organize medical camps for them. We work with their families very close, see what education systems can be brought to their lives, and how this sustainability can be integral part of their lives. The way we are working is not just sustainability, right? Yeah, you go beyond, yep, that empowering them. It's not only about empowerment, is very likely what you told us, empowerment is also there, but it is also a source of livelihood for them. I would say their houses are running on sustainability. The revenues that are being generated by helping keep up the waste away from other zones are generating revenue for them. Can you elaborate on that? How are they monetizing? So a rat picker comes down to your house, so he collects the waste from whatever your house is. So I don't blame anyone. I call myself, I am an idiot who does not segregate at my house sometimes. So when it goes down to, there is a blue bin and a green bin that is distributed by the government. So usually what I do is, the green bin is the place where everything is mixed in it, and the blue bin is where I keep during rains, or wherever it is leaking, or to collect the AC water, or for any other purposes. It's only single bin system. So the single bin system goes into the kabadi wala fix it up. The question that you asked. So they're getting monetized when the waste that is being going on to a transfer station. At transfer station, what they do is they segregate that waste. So the plastics is brought in, and they clean that plastic basic things, and clean areas, and they sell it out to a recyclers. There is a revenue that is being generated from there. And also when that, not only that, there is also, in the same bin we put our electronic waste also.
uses. So the electronic waste is also been segregated. So there is a revenue from that side that means. So there is some amount of revenue that is being generated and which is benefiting them for kind of.
So the idea of the sustainability podcast by SwitchEko Akshay is to build the awareness of sustainability in our everyday life. Right? For most of us, if we talk about global warming or some ozone layer or any big, there's still like big worlds. So the idea is, what do we do to make sure we bring that very closer? That you are part of it, you're not away from it, and there are certain everyday things that we can do to contribute to sustainability. So because you brought us a right topic. The other day I was watching, I think somewhere on Instagram, there was a video made by a company. We Safai Karmcharis, they are removing certain plastic containers, and there is all this spoiled food, rotten food. And the idea was of the video was to tell that please wash the plastic before you discard it. Right? Yeah. So does that help? I'm just curious to know, because I also discard it without even realizing that it is actually troubling the Safai Karmcharis or possibly dampening their efforts of segregating and recycling with the city.
Right. See, what you mentioned in day-to-day life, sustainability starts it should be a way of life, not part of life. So when I say way of life, when you start off with your daily morning habits, also from your start of the day to the end of the day, whatever your practices are, needs to be incorporated on your day. The moment you wake up in the morning and use the restroom, most of the times we keep our taps open for a longer duration. We use plastic brushes where we have our options of sustainable brushes that are there. Bamboo is there, finance. So there are multiple options from the mornings of for as also coming back to your question when you were told the plastic containers. Yes, indeed. So what happens is uh, when you're giving the rotten food, basically it is a rotten food. Rotten food contaminates the container. So give you a statistics. If 1 kg of plastics you recycle, you would need 8 liters of water.
You mean to wash it?
Wash it and recycle it, repurpose it. If it is contaminated with sambar, rasam, dals, or whatever it is left out, it needs close to around 48 liters of water.
6 times more water.
So what happens when the contamination level is more? There are very few recyclers who would want to recycle it. For a reason being, for households, government would be giving water for free. But for a recycler, he has to pay for every liter of water.
It becomes
Very expensive to recycle it. And it ends up in a landfill.
We simply discard.
Discards it because it is not of any use for him. It's contaminated. He doesn't want to put in an extra effort. He's not been incentivized there, right? He's not been incentivized to, okay, if the government is telling, okay, I'll give you water for free, you can just start accepting, they would be happy to take it. But it is not the case. The water is one part, the electricity that is needed, the manpower that is needed, because you have to pick it up, bring it down, pick it up, bring it down. Additional efforts that have been going on. So that is where we request most of the things. Okay, if you wash it, there is also an option of you can reuse it. Then you will understand that you can definitely reuse that at your households. And rather than going down to getting that, I think you should get, there are options. Multiple stores are providing you sustainable cutleries. You should opt for going down to those kind of restaurants. You should opt for, when you have a small dialogue box in most of the deliveries, that you don't want any cutleries. No cutlery needed, no plastic.
If I were to order from Swiggy, Zomato, for example, I'm ordering so that has become a part of everyone's life.
Correct.
Quick service.
Correct.
So we eat some dishes, and then ideally, what you're saying is you wash it before you discard it. At least that you cannot take it without cutlery, right? You can say no to cutlery, but the containers will come with certain food, and you discard it.
Right.
So there's another question I have been curious about this. Let's say I'm segregating the waste, but when the rack picker comes, we have these municipal vehicles coming and we dump. So they put all the dump in a single bin only.
Yep.
So even if I'm segregating, it is still sort of going and then mixing with the others. So is there an effective way to
Very. So first of all, you washed. Let's get back to the container. You washed it. So that is your resource and revenue for you. Why do you want to put it in a trash dump? You can actually sell it out to a kabadi wala. You will generate a revenue. So this is one thing which I ask. You have newspapers?
Correct.
So do you throw newspapers?
we usually sell it to the body wala?
So when newspapers were there, that has become as something you have understood. There is a perceived value for newspaper in our day-to-day life because our households we were brought up. We never throw a newspaper, but we will throw a plastic because we have not understood the perceived value of it.
You are not aware that
Not aware of it. Yes, very true. Whereas comparatively, if you see, newspaper would get sold at around 18 rupees or 19 rupees a kilo. But same if you segregate the plastic, it will get sold at around 30 to 35 rupees a kilo.
Why is the price?
Twice the price. And just to give an example, 1 liter of bottle is 41 grams.
Make it
One.
bottle meaning
1 liter of water bottle, it might be any kind of a plastic bottle that you buy it. Okay. This is 41 grams. So if you are collecting close to around 40 of them is equivalent to sending it out and revenue has been generated. This is what we're telling to kabadi walas and these people that if you can segregate it and keep it in a proper fashion, you don't have to worry about food at least. The housing has been taken care of in one place. You don't have to worry on that. And this, I have been telling this to many, been training a lot of kids. They come down, how do I make money? How do I make it? I think this is the best way. Start cleaning your households, start cleaning your communities. This can be your pocket monies. You don't have to have any other source of means of income till you get educated. You can start early morning. At least in my days, we used to do Shramdhan. So at least a half an hour Shramdhan will make you money enough for you to survive in your entire a month in your household. You don't have to worry on those lines.
Personally, I know you go to every Sunday, I think you spend and make the efforts. Then I think there are a lot of young children who come with you, there are a lot of volunteers who come. They're not paid, right? They're doing out of their passion for nature and environments. So can you tell me about your experience and what you are doing to achieve the initiatives?
The biggest achievement is 4 fathers have stopped smoking. So that is the biggest achievement for me on a personal level. Yeah, plastic we're cleaning, we're restoring lakes, it's part of. But when we do lake cleanups, the kids along with the fathers also are being told to do cigarette butts to be picked up. So once
the 4 fathers.
4 fathers, not the 4 fathers, but 4 parents have stopped. Okay, let me put it in this way: 4 parents have stopped smoking. So when they stopped smoking, that is one of the biggest achievements I think. So when that is one of the things.
How did that happen?
So when kids come down along with the parents, so they smoke. We ask one spend time with them. We understand that father is
Smokers.
a smoker. Yes. So when we understand that, so this is then we started telling, okay, you father and you are going to pick up the secret notes. And not only you, there will be other kids along also are going to come and join when you pick it up. And we've trained these kids to ask good questions or awkward questions around them. So why is this when you're picking up? Why is the smell of the cigarette? Why is it so small? Why do we have to pick up? Why is there so much tobacco in it? What happens to it? So these kind of awkward questions are asked gives awkward silence for a long time. Then the father realized, oh God, 1 cigarette butt is 11 grams. A cigarette butt. So you can't recycle it. And the worst part is the cigarette has 3 things to it. There is called binder, wrapper, and the film. But so none of this gets recycled because there is tobacco in it. Actually, if you see, it has to be treated as a hazardous waste. So you don't have an option. You cannot just do it. So we've done last time we did a mega cleanup drive in a couple of. We have collected close to around 7.25 kgs of cigarette butts, 4 bags. One bud is 11 grams. Just imagine thousands, more than thousands of cigarette butts have been collected and processed. So yeah, I think that is a transformation change that we have seen, that fathers have stopped it because of their awkward questions. And second thing is they have to come back every next week and again start. So they understand the kind of litter they are left. That is one thing. And the second satisfaction, I think for me, it has become a meditation for myself. When you go down, start picking up that litter. I've been doing this for last 7 years or in a lot of forest, pretty much to there.
I think invariably every Sunday morning or
Yes, I do it. Anyway, so if I'm there in Hyderabad, we do it here. If I go down to any other part where we have beaches, we do beaches cleanup. We have forest, we have forest. I think in India there is no place where you'll not find waste. So it's just always there are like-minded people in any part of the country that I go. We try to do it in Rishikesh, to Haridwar, to Kashi, to Delhi, Pune, to Mumbai, even the villages. In Nashik, worked with close to around 1,200 farmers, where we went down to every farmer's farmland and we started collecting plastics from there as well. That was something we should do.
so what happens to the plastic that is celestial during oil cleaning?
So when we collect that plastics, we segregate it. But when we are collecting itself, it is segregated and collected. And whatever is recyclable, we'll send it to a recycling unit. Whatever is non-recyclable or which is contaminated, then it goes down to a waste to energy plant.
We have waste energy plant.
We send it out to Wadi there, and in Hyderabad also we have one. ACC cement plant is there, where we send it out there. They use it as incinerated there in a controlled temperature. Here also we have it in Hyderabad. Also have a waste to energy plant, but we in Hyderabad where which is non-recyclable and which is not to incinerated, a middle category has been sent out to there. To Wadi. No, Wadi, which is notable recyclable, which is gone to bad to worse, has been sent out. At a waste to energy plant here, we send out something which can be recovered. Because again, there is an energy used to burn. We don't want more of energy used to burn to whatever does not even hold a value for it. That's what we're trying to do there.
You've been doing this initiative in Ahmedabad also, right?
Yep.
Which Prosperity Homes was supporting the plastic is prohibited in Ahmedabad.
Correct.
So will that be how that is shaping up?
That is shaping up very well. It's been 4 years now that we've been working on the.
You've been associated with.
Yes, in 4 years. 4 years. It was something which I took as a volunteering there. Now it has turned out to a fashion that it is different. So 4 years back, there was a young officer. So Rohit. So he's an IFS officer. He was a probationary when we started off with that. Now he is the DFO of the area. So sir has been very keen, instrumental in terms of what we started doing in Ahmedabad. First time when we started off doing there, we just provided a 10 by 10 room and 2-3 people to start off them. The major challenge in the Ahmedabad Tiger Reserve was that is India's second largest tiger reserve. And if you combine the Andhra and Telangana, because it's on the borders of Andhra and Telangana, if you combine both, it is India's largest tiger reserve.
But I don't think not many people are aware of.
Yes.
Aware of it. First of all, they may not be aware of the one exists like that.
Okay.
Even if they're aware, they may not be aware that it is even second or first largest.
Right.
For that matter.
So it is 6,995 square kilometers of area, which is, so if you stand in the middle of it, you go any direction you go, it is going to be 120 kilometers. So it's the kind of thought.
You're pretty much dead during me.
Yes, it is that far, and but it's dense forest. It's in Alamala forest area.
Yeah.
Beautiful setting. It's wonderful to look at it. But when we started working, there were 18 picnic spots.
Okay.
So what has done that time, whoever was the official has told, because the people were littering in the entire
Those
forest.
picnic spot.
So not in the picnic spot, in the entire forest. So he came up, okay, well, let's not have that. Then let's have only these designated places where you have a picnic spot and a dustbin next to it. And let them, so that they litter, people don't litter it around. But I, being an idiot,
So
I don't only litter there. Whatever I throw, I don't never throw it in a dustbin. So what I do, I always throw it around it. And because I'm an idiot and I'm lazy as well. So what I do is I burn it.
that's causing even more damage.
You wish one more damage. First of all, as per the Forest Act, lighting a fire inside a tiger reserve or a forest, it's a punishable offense.
What's the difference?
And huge fines are also.
People actually cook.
Yep, that is what was happening. So when we understood Rohit sir was there, one simple option was to first remove that. So all the 18 were been removed. And second thing what he did was, he did a trench on both sides of him. So you have no options to stop. So in that, the trench was used for multiple two purposes as well. So first, the trench was when we dig a trench there. What happens was, the vehicles are not going. Second, during the forest fires, it would act as a barrier. So the flames from this end could not go onto that side. So because you have a trench there. So that was wonderful things. And after that, they understood, we started having Safai Satis, who started 16 of them. We started collecting plastics, bringing there to a baling center there. We started doing a manual baling.
Baling is basically bundling all the
Baling is squeezing all the plastic using an external equipment
to
transport easily. Because just to give you out, why do we do it? So if there is a 7-ton vehicle capacity, if you put all your plastic bottles or plastics just nose, you will be able to only transport 395 kgs to 420 kgs. But if you do a manual baling, you'll be able to transport to 800 kgs to 1010 kgs manual. If you do it hydraulic, you will be able to transport close to around 2 tons to 6 tons based on your baling capacities and capabilities. So when we are not only ensuring that our littering has been picked up there, but the optimum utilization of resources and the vehicle transportation is also being taken. So that is what we were trying to do there at Ahmedabad. So it's been 4 years. We are happy, and with the help of Prosperiti and other channel partners like Kelly Marks.
I see there are a lot of support from government also in this. Right?
Yes,
The officials.
right. Because what is happening, the government land is used for dump yards.
I think.
Otherwise,
So at least if you can try to cut down on your the dump sites, you'll have that use of land for multiple other purposes. And these lands are in prime areas. In most of the places, our dump sites have become so huge that 4 kilometers in length to 2 kilometers in width and 20 stories height is an average dump site impact that you can feel.
so are there any like as a citizens, as a resident of the city, like say we're talking about practicing sustainability in like in basic sense.
Yeah.
What kind of initiatives or schemes or programs that government is doing that you're aware of as a resident of the city to practice or to contribute to sustainability in like in little basic sense? Of what kind of programs government is doing that I can be part of?
Okay, so just to give you more insights on this, Swachhata Hi Seva is an initiative started by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 27th August 2007. again Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So for the year continuously from 2017 till 2020, this work, there have been various themed based initiatives that have been carried out. So, and the impact is also tremendous. Uh, I think most of the our viewers are also, you would also agree that when this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has started, there is definitely a mindset change in a lot of people that has brought into the ecosystem. So this 2024 alone, as per the Swachhta Hi Seva 2020, there is two themed initiative. It is called Swabhav Swachhata Sanskar Swachhata is the initiative or the theme for this 2024. The intent of this is that we transform ourselves and we transform the others around us. Usually, is the intent of it. And there are multiple initiatives during this month, week that happens, and it usually gets culminated on the 1st of October of the year. So when this happens, there are a lot of pledges. There are a lot of hackathons. There are a lot of cyclothons. There are a lot of cleanup drives. There is a lot of ways to craft items that have been displayed. Famous training programs that have been carried out. And also one blind spots and are being considered taken up by every institute. And they go there and they start cleaning that entire thing. To also be like all over India, a lot of people, employment companies, corporate MNCs get involved. So this has become a people movement. So a lot of people get engaged during these kind of things and happen. And on regular basis, there are multiple such these kind of events would happen. You just have to figure it out in your ways. There are multiple cleanup drives happening at the lake. And why should you be part of it? Why don't you own it and start doing it? Is also one thing which I would request. It is humanly not possible for you Prosperity Homes to do it all over these, or as an entire organization to take it up, or it for Switch Eko to do it up. It should be the people who should own that. Yeah, sometime like I saw a cigarette international minister and the expert in the waste report. Yep. I've seen you also wearing plastic t-shirts made from plastics. See, what you say, seeing me right now is also made from recycle. This one is recycled plastic. Yeah. I am not a promoter of plastics, but I don't have an option now. In India, we generate close to 9.25 million metric tons of plastics every year. What are we going to do though so much of that? The legacy waste has to also be detailed.